Here we go. Let me see what's going on today at the Red Eye Loft. Well, folks, today's Thursday afternoon. It's hot as hell out there here in Florida. Man, I'm out there working in the lawn, but I came by. I took some time off to come by and visit Marv the man. We can't forget about Marvin. I told you once and I'll tell you twice. If you're out there watching my videos, give Marvin a jingle if you can, or at least text something, write something in the comments, say hello, you know what to do.
Send it to Johnny.
Let's go.
He'll give me all the information.
Here we go. And Marvin, when I walked into your home today, we began to talk about preparing the bird for a show and how and why you should keep the birds looking healthy so they can win a show. So give me some of your tips out and let the viewers listen to the tips and hear you out. What 2 or 3 things they can do when they're preparing the birds for a show?
Okay. I'll give you an idea, but here's the story.
Okay.
The first time I showed birds, I put them in the cages. Before I put them in the cages, I cleaned their feet
Right?
with a toothbrush and isopropyl alcohol.
Okay.
So I put the birds in the cages first, and then I took them one out each at a time and cleaned them. Then after that, I stood back about 10 feet and I went, wow. Like I said, who's going to beat me? Nobody. These were the Italian owls.
Right?
So I won 2 nationals and a big show.
Those are big shows.
Yeah, I won it with a blue check pied Italian owl, and then a silver red bar, and then a red check was my last big show, and after that I got into tipplers. But the story is this. Whatever you send for some stuff, it's a white solution. And what you do is you dip the birds right up to the neck. You don't stick their head in it. Because if you do, they're going to swallow it and it's going to kill them. So that's, right after that, you take your birds and you dip them in bath salts, tails, feathers, open them up. And they get that big, they're going to pick themselves to death.
And how many days prior to a show you do this?
This is 1 or 2 weeks before the show.
Okay. So
And after that, 2 days before the show,
okay.
only 2 days, then you go to work again with bath salts. I guarantee you, when the judge picks up your bird and he puts his hands underneath the feet, because they're going to be clean with the isopropyl alcohol with a toothbrush, he's going to put that bird back in the cage or whatever he's going to with the other birds, and then he's going to farm them out, from 10 to 5 and whatever, how many birds are in the show for the breed. Now with my first nationals, I went up in Pennsylvania with a red check, with a blue check pied. And I can only tell you this: I had some of the best Italian owls. I had a guy I sold the last amount to. Every time he got a big box in, I had about 400 and something Italian owls left over. He would come call me up and he would say, "Marv, one is better than the other." He says, "I'm going out of my mind here." I said, "I'm glad some guy named Blevins out in Indiana. I don't know if he's living anymore. I'm barely living myself, but that's besides the point."
But you're here and we're pigeon mumbling today. It's a good day.
I can say you got good pigeon people like Tony, old man Tony.
New York Tony.
New York Tony passed away. He was a good guy. He gave me a lot of great tipplers. And they flew for hours and hours. I think my longest flying time in the summer was 8 hours straight. Nobody ever seen that. Matter of fact, Johnny and his brother woke me up at 7 o'clock in the morning. These 2 son of a bitches drove me crazy. But anyway, I got my birds out there. I went back in the coop, and they're yelling. I was going to clean the coop with the white powder and stuff. It was really easy for me when I lived near Tony. And then all of a sudden, Johnny and his brother what's your brother's name?
Bobby.
Bobby, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
can't
okay.
remember. So they calling me, "Mark, get out here. I got outside. You got to see the height of these birds were flying so high. It's unbelievable. And
Good flying back then.
Oh yeah, we had some
Very nice.
great times. They used to come over and visit Tony, and then poor fellow passed away. I guess we all have to go sometime.
That's okay, but Marv, let me just interrupt you for a second. I'll say this. No, and I'll say this. When you mention New York Tony, you mention him in a very good way. And what's nice about that, he's not forgotten. He will always be remembered. We all, at some point in time, have to go the same route. But until then, today is the only day. You will live for today. Be happy as much as you can. We're going to pigeon mumble about the good times back in the day. And we're going to talk. And when we bring up New York Tony's name, you cannot feel sad. You have to feel joyful. Because when you bring him up, you bring his name up, it's a good thing. Oh, yeah. You remember him. And that's what we want.
I got news for you. We used to take a trip up to a certain place and pick up pigeon feed. Where was that place?
Horsemeyer's.
And every time Johnny would break my balls, Tony would chime in and break my balls more, and they pissed me off.
And he would say, he would say, "You're all right, no left."
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You're all right, no left.
Right. Then he would come over every day.
And he would talk. He would go.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
He would go like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, which means you're a stradul or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, every day he would come over and put a bird behind his back, or a pear or something.
Right.
And he'd say, "Marv, I got something for you," and he'd give them to me.
He gifted you a lot of nice birds.
Great tipplers, man. They flew for hours. But here's another key. If you want to make your reds really dark, you made a redwood a black, and it becomes brick red. Okay, and I got a few birds left over, some with socks, but they're tipplers, but and then some without. And I had 7 or 8 or 9 birds left in the coop, and they gotta go. So if you guys out there want to get some nice birds for $10 to $15 a piece, it's up to you.
Give you a call.
Call Johnny.
Look you up. Call me up. Call the Red Eye. We'll make it happen.
Right.
But listen, real quick. What is your favorite breed of bird?
My favorite breed?
Your favorite breed.
Oof. You're all fantastic.
If you and I like that answer, but if you had to pick only one, which one would that be?
Well, I like the Modena in the flying type, because they got an awesome color, and it's only one color they come in. So then the other one, I would have to say, my favorite flying bird is the tippler.
The tippler.
Forget about those other high flyers. What do they call them?
You got Pakistanis, you got Iranian high flyers, you got Budapest,
the ones
you have Serbians.
The ones that Tony had.
He had Budapest.
They're the most stupidest bird I ever seen in my life.
Now, let me...
What can I tell you? If those guys got him, you like him,
but,
God bless you.
Right, but I have seen some that do fly really nice. Now, the homing ability on a lot of them is not there. Okay, you do lose a lot more than you would want to as far as when you're selling them or when you're flying them. Tipplers have a little bit better success rate in returning home, just like the homers. But I think in every breed you have good ones and bad ones.
Okay.
And that's fair to say.
And how they're trained.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other favorite breed I like the Polish owl, but the ones that have the caps and plain heads with the socks on them, what do they call them? I can't remember, but I had some of them, and they were really, really gorgeous.
Not the Polish high flyers.
No, these are little showbirds.
Okay.
They're not like the English, but they have a nice little beak.
Right.
And I took some shows with them too. When Joe Pellegrino was alive, he gave me some. He passed away also. But anyway, to all the guys out there, I love you all, no matter where you're from or whatever. But I want you guys to listen to me, the guys on the West Coast. I hope you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, because Tiny in New York, him and his other buddy, they know what they're doing as far as tipplers are concerned. Okay, they got some great tipplers. They look more like a showbird than they do like a flying bird today. But that's besides the point. Us down here, we got the flying breed, okay? And they fly for hours. And I can only tell you this, I was really happy with Tony and Johnny and his brother and his younger brother also. All good guys. You know, if you want to start something great out here, I would, and if Johnny decides to start a club out here, I would definitely jump on it because he knows what he's doing.
I appreciate that.
You guys, I love you all. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Well, folks, you heard it from the man. Just a quick little view of how Marvin's doing here today. And I've been blessed today to come over and say hi and visit with him for a little bit.
Oh, by the way, how's John Kimber? You out there, John Kimber, you still going strong or what? And my friend Robbie, little Robbie.
We'll have to give him a call.
Yeah, you know, Robbie come over and visit me. I wasn't able to deal with that before, but what can I say?
All right.
Take care, guys.
So, again, Marv, say bye to the camera, bye to the viewers. Peace.
Peace.